Good evening, guys. Can you hear me? Am I audible? Online, can you hear me, guys? Am I audible? Hello. Right. So let's get started. Today we are going to discuss about networking related practical session. Okay. So first of all, try to understand how we need to check the IP addresses, right? How to check the route and those all kind of stuff. Right. So ipconfig is a command. So it will print the interface details. So EN016777736 is the interface name and the status is up. MTU maximum transaction unit, maximum transaction unit 1500, and this is IP address, and this is subnet mask, and this is a broadcast IP address, right? And this is IPv6, and this is IPv6 related CIDR, and this is Ethernet. So we'll have 48-bit MAC address and 1000 Mbps Ethernet connection will have. RX means receiving packets, TX means transferring packet, LO means loopback. So loopback IP address 127.0.0.1 is a loopback IP address. So I hope you're clear. Yes, no. Right. So next, IPADDR is a command. So IPADDR, IP if config, both are same. IPADDR is a new command they introduced to us from RHEL 7.0 onwards. So we are unable to execute this IPADDR commands into old version. But few old version commands we can execute into new version. Few old version commands we can execute into new version. Got it, guys? So this command we are unable to execute into old version. Same information it will provide. So what kind of information you are getting with if config? The same information IPADDR also it will provide, but it's a new command from RHEL 7.0 onwards they introduced to us. So this is our interface name, right? And actually first it is showing loopback interface. So now it's showing this is interface our NIC card. The status is up, then MTU, same information, guys, 1000 Mbps. And here we'll have NIC card means MAC address details. So MAC address, 48-bit MAC address, and this is IPv4, and this is IPv4 broadcast IP address. So we'll have /24C. /24 means 255.255.255.0. And this is IPv6 and 64 is a subnet mask for IPv6. Same information only. So if you're trying to executing IPADDR IPA command, it is going to provide all the interfaces details, right? So if you need to filter, especially one interface, then you can give this command IP space ADDR space show EN016777736, then hit enter. Got it, guys? So you are going to get only one interface details. You can filter. If you're having multiple NIC cards into your laptop, so into your desktop, into your virtual machine. So if you need to find only particular NIC card details, then you can execute this command. So IP space ADDR show EN016777736. I hope you got it, guys. So with the help of this command, we are going to filter the interfaces. Maybe we having multiple interfaces. While you are trying to executing a IPADDR, it is going to provide both the interfaces, loopback interface as well as NIC. But you need only NIC instead of loopback. You need to filter, then you can use this command. So you're going to get that particular NIC, right, guys? So I hope you got it, right? The next IP ADDR. IP route is a command. So it will provide you packet traveling route. Got it, guys? IP space route. It will provide packet traveling route. So default via. So this is 192.168.7.1 is a IP. It's IP address related to gateway. Gateway means entry and exit point. For example, inside our classroom, if you need to enter, so always you are going to use that gate, right? That is an entry and exit point. So if you need to enter, if you need to quit from this classroom, so you should use same gate. So with the help of that gate itself only, we can enter into our classroom and we can quit from this classroom. So that is a entry and exit point. That is entry and exit point, that is called gateway. So coming to our network, for example, maybe in real-time environment, multiple devices we are going to configure as a gateway. It may be mission, it may be router, we can configure. But coming to our home environment, always your gateway is a Wi-Fi router. If you're coming to your home, so you'll have Wi-Fi router in your home, right? So your Wi-Fi router, it will act like as a gateway. What you are trying to sending the data, what you are receiving the data, through that router itself only you are going to send, through that router itself only you are going to receive the data. So that is what, this is our router's IP address. 192.168.7.1 is our router IP address. This is a gateway. So via with this device, we are trying to sending. So it is going to perform few metric calculation. With the help of this metric calculation, it will decide the best part to send the data. Inside the router, few metric calculations it will happen. So with the help of those metric calculation, it will decide the best part to send the data, right? So next 192.168.7.0. This is our network ID. So through this network with this device from this mission, we are sending, we are receiving the data. I hope you got it, guys. So it will show you packet traveling route. For example, if you need to travel from here to your hometown, so you should know the route, right? So in between, so what kind of networks will have everything we can find here. So IP route means your packet, it is going to travel from with the help of this route from your organization, from your home. So IP route is a command. It's a very useful command, right? So next ping command, already we know, yesterday we discussed. To check the communication, we are going to use ping command. How to check the internet, guys? Ping is a command. How to know the internet connection, whether we'll have the internet or not into our operating system? Yes, this is not routing table, okay? Actually, it will provide you route. You can say like the route it is going to like store into router. With the help of the route itself only, we are going to send the data. So ping is a command. How to check the internet? How to check the internet connection, whether we'll have the internet or not into our operating system? Google.com, Facebook.com, 8.8.8.8. Then hit enter. If you are getting reply from 8.8.8, means you have the internet. Otherwise, there is a problem. I'm getting destination host unreachable, means I don't have internet into this mission. So let's go to settings. So keep NAT, because I'm using wire connection. Keep NAT. Okay. So got it, guys. And then click OK. So click OK. Then try to restart the network services. Right. Then hit enter. So now let's check the IP address. How to check the IP address? IPADDR showing in 01677. IP address, it got changed. Okay, actually we have static IP address. I'm going to modify. I'll teach you how to provide the automatic, what is automatic, what is static, those all stuff. Don't worry. Okay, so usually by default, you'll have like this. By default, you'll have like this into your operating system. So got it, guys? So give me 1 minute. There is some network issue, so that's why I have rebooted. So like this, you can check the internet ping 8.8.8.8. So this is a primary global DNS server's IP address. 8.8.8.8 is a primary global DNS server IP address. 8.8.4.4, it's a secondary. So you can check with those IP addresses, then you are going to understand whether you'll have the internet or not into your operating system. Got it, guys? It's taking time. Right. So login as a root user. Let's check the let's check the IP address. Okay, NMCLI connection up. What happened, guys? There is some problem with this network. So you should have the automatic, right? Guys, there is a network Right. Guys, can you hear me? Am I audible? Online. Online, can you hear me, guys? Am I audible? No audible? Right, good. Actually, I have deployed this instance with the Wi-Fi. So while I'm trying to connecting this wire, there is some issue. So that's why I have connected my mobile again. So now it will work. So let's see, guys, here. Happen, guys. So NMTUI, I'll teach you about NMTUI, don't worry. I think there is a problem with NAT. So that's why I have connected Wi-Fi, means my mobile network, okay? Right, now it's working. So let's see, guys, here. Now it's working. So IP ADDR show EN016777736. This is our IP address. Okay. So this is this IP address automatically we are getting from DHCP server, right? How to check the internet? Ping 8.8.8.8, then 810. So if you're getting the reply from 8.8.8, so you're going to get the you have the internet like this, you need to understand. So otherwise 8.8.4.4 also you can check, it's not a problem, right? I hope you got it, guys. Yes, no, clear? Right. So we have internet. Now I'm going to execute few commands like IP root. 1 minute. Trace root, guys, not IP root. Trace root, trace path. So trace root and trace path. Got it, guys? Trace root, and then you can give the, for example, google.com. So www.google.com. Then hit enter. So you're getting reply. Actually, what is the use of this command trace root in a sense? You're going to trace the route between you and Google, in between how many networks will have. Got it, guys? Those stars means because of security, they are not providing any reply, right? So those many networks will have here. See, trace route or trace path, both are same. So trace route and trace path both are same, guys. So what is the use of trace route and trace path? Between you and your Google, in between how many hops, how many networks will have, we can find. So no reply means because of security reasons, they block that IP address. So that's why we are getting no reply. Starts, no reply, both are same. So I hope you got it, guys. Yes, no. So like this, you can clear. So trace route and trace path. Like the same way, we'll have one command called SS. SS stands for socket status. It's a very useful command for administrator. Hyphen TLUPNA option. SS stands for socket status. T stands for TCP sockets. L stands for listening sockets. U stands for UDP sockets. P protocols and numbers and names and A all. T TCP sockets. L listening sockets. T TCP sockets. L listening sockets. U UDP sockets. P protocols and names and numbers. A all. So if you execute this command, you are going to get the port number of your service where it is listening. 22 port number at listening on SSHD. So colon 22. Star colon 22 means this is for IPv4. Colon 22 means this is for IPv6. So it's listening on SSHD. So I hope you got it, guys. So star 22 means IPv4. Colon 22 means this is for IPv6. So like the same way we'll have netstat hyphen TLUPNA. Netstat is a old command. SS is a new command. SS we can execute from 7.0 onwards. SS command it won't work into old version. Netstat is a command. It will work into any version. In old version we are going to use netstat instead of SS. Same options you can, but output wise little bit different, but information same, information wise same information we are going to get. So let's see here. I'm using grep. I'm going to filter SSHD. It will show you SSHD. This is IPv4 and this is IPv6. TCP6, TCP. So I hope you got it, guys. Yes, no, clear? Right. So like this, you can know the port numbers because it's a very useful as administrator. You should know which service port number because we need to add the port number into the firewall. Then only we can allow the services. So that's why we should know the port number, right? So this is all about basics, guys, networking basics. Now we are discussing about how to assign the IP addresses, how to modify the IP addresses for one mission. So guys, we'll have different ways: NMCLI, NMTUI, NMTUI, and NMCLI, then network scripts. Those three ways we are going to learn now: NMTUI, NMCLI, and network scripts. Got it, guys? So with the help of those three different ways, how to assign the IP address, how to modify the IP address, we are going to learn, right? So first we are going to discuss about NMTUI. Got it, guys? So how to modify the IP address, how to manage the IP address with the help of NMTUI will discuss. Network Manager Text User Interface. NMTUI stands for Network Manager Text User Interface. Anybody having water, guys? Water है किसके पास तो? So let's see, guys. NMTUI is a command, Network Manager Text User Interface. Network Manager TUI stands for Text User Interface, guys. Okay. So now here we'll have three options: editor connection, active connection, set system host name. Three options will have: edit a connection, active a connection, and set system host name. So select this one, then hit enter, edit a connection, first option. So guys, if you observe, we'll have our interface name, EN016777736. This is our interface profile name. Interface name and profile name both are same by default. Got it, guys? Interface name also EN016777736 and profile name also EN016777736, right? So this is default profile name for interface. We'll have three options here: add, edit, delete. So three options. To add the new interface means profile name, not interface. For adding new profile name for same interface, add option. Edit. To edit the current interface, you need to use edit. So if you need to delete the interface profile, you can use delete. Now I'm going to use edit option. So we'll discuss later add and delete. Okay. So I'm going to use edit option. So we are trying to editing current interface. Our interface name is a EN016777736, as well as this interface it having one profile name called EN016777736. For example, so you are one person. So you are a one human being, right? Your name, you should have the name, then only I can communicate with you. Like the same way, we have interface called NIC card. NIC means interface only, right? So that interface is EN016777736. But that interface it having same name only. EN016777736. This is interface name. So select edit, right? Then hit enter. By default, you'll have automatic. See guys, this is profile name. So this is MAC address and this is interface name. Got it? Profile name and interface name both are same. So profile name and interface name both are same, right? So IPv4 configuration by default will have auto, and then IPv6 also will have by default auto, right? So now what we are doing in the sense, we are trying to assigning manual IP address. Auto means you're going to get IP address from DHCP server. So let's see here. I'm going to quit. Let's check the IP address, systemctl restart network, right? Then check the IP address, guys. So we have this IP address, right? So this is the IP address we are getting from DHCP server, right? But according to my requirement, I need to assign the new IP address, NMTUI, then hit enter, edit a connection, edit, then auto to manual, then show manual we need to keep. So automatic to manual. Manual means static. What is the difference between static IP address and DHCP means automatic IP address? Static means fixed. Even if you reboot the operating system, you are not going to lose the IP address. You are going to get the same IP address. Static means. So dynamic means if you reboot the operating system, maybe you are going to get same, may not be. We are unable to say. Right. So that's why we are what we are doing. We are trying to assigning the static IP address. Select auto to manual. So using tab navigation keys easily we can select. It's not a big deal. We can navigate the cursor, then navigate to addresses, then add will have, then hit enter, add the IP address according to your requirement. Here there is no subnet mask field, right? So that's why we need to define the subnet mask with CIDR. I'm not doing any kind of subnetting. Default subnet only I'm using 24 for class C. Gateway, entry and exit point. Guys, this is dummy gateway, dummy IP address. Just for practice purpose, I'm trying to assigning. We don't have like this network here, right? So now go a little bit down and we are not going to bother about DNS server and search DNS because we didn't discuss about DNS server. So that's why. And keep it automatic for IPv6. We don't know much about IPv6 also, right? So guys, this crash mark you need to keep. If you keep this crash mark, so this interface automatically it will start along with the boot time. If you didn't keep this crash mark, this interface it won't start along with the boot time. We need to start manually using systemctl command. Okay. So next, okay, then quit. Right, guys. So now what you did the modification, we need to reset. For resetting, this is a command. NMCLI restart network. we are going to restart the network, right? Then let's check the IPADDR command. The IP address, it will change now. 192.168.1.11. I hope you got it, guys. So how to modify the IP address for current profile using NMTUI. So now we are trying to creating one more profile, new profile. So NMTUI, then editor connection, add. So Ethernet profile only we are trying to creating. Then profile name, ETH1. So if you having multiple devices, you can assign one device name, this profile for particular device like this, but at present we'll have only one device, right? At present we'll have only one device. No need to assign any MAC address here, right? So now automatic will have, I'm trying to changing automatic to manual, then show, then add one IP address. I'm trying to assigning 10.0.0.11 slash how much? 8. So 10.0.0.1. So you should not provide slash here in gateway. Only for IP addresses, we need to provide the /8 and those kind of stuff. So remaining all same, click OK, then quit. So let's check the IP address, guys. So still it is showing 192.168.1.11 because at present we'll have old profile only EN016777736. It having this IP address. Now we need to activate new profile. How to activate? NMTUI, then open, go to activate connection, then two profiles will have C. EN016777736, another one is ETH1. Select ETH1, then hit enter, quit. Let's check the IP address now. Because second profile ETH1, it got activated. So ETH1 profile, it having 10.0.0.11 IP address. Guys, remember, if you having one interface, we can create multiple profiles, but you are going to activate only one profile at a time. You are unable to activate multiple profiles at a time because you are only one person. At a time, you are going to call with only one name. Maybe you will have multiple names. I hope you got it. At a time, so in this area, so usually they are going to call some with one name. So some different area, people they are going to call with some different name. So one person, one interface, it can have multiple interfaces. One interface, it can have multiple profile names, but we can activate only one profile at a time. Got it, guys? Clear? Yes, no? Now NMTUI, then set system host name. So select this one. You can set the system host name, right? This NMTUI, it will work into your Linux EC2 instance also. If you want, you can try. So now we are going to assign host name. For example, anything you wish. So host one.example.com. Then click hit enter, then hit enter. Now how to check the host name? Host name is a command. So it's actually not updated. Let's try to restart the network. Okay, still it is showing server.example.com. So restart the network and then let's check the host name. See, guys. Why? NMTUI. Think it's not. So now I'm going to providing client.example.com. Okay. Okay. Right. Then let's check the host name. Now client.example.com, it got assigned. I hope you're clear, guys. Yes, no. Right. So not only NMTUI, if you want, you can use some different command to assign the host name. So if you want, you can assign the host name with NMTUI, right? So if you want, you can assign the host name with the help of this command called hostnamectl. Hostnamectl is a new command. If you hit enter, it is going to provide the detailed information about your host. For example, your host information, your host name, client.example.com, icon, computer. There is no chassis number, mission ID, boot ID. What kind of interface I'm using? VMware interface. If you're executing this command into your EC2 instance, If you're using T2 micro, you are going to get Zen. If you're using T3 micro, you are going to get Nitro instead of VMware. If you want, you can check. And operating system, kernel, and those all kind of stuff will have, right? So how to set the host name? Host name CTL, set hyphen host name. ये तो अच्छी तरह से पता है आप लोगों को, हाँ? So for example, I'm trying to assigning server dot example.com. At least you know something. So host name CTL is a command. Otherwise, if you want, you can check host name. So you are going to get the host name. So first option, you can use NMTUI to assign the host name, NMTUI. Otherwise, if you want, you can use host name CTL. We have one more option. VIM/etc host name is a file. Open this host name file. You can edit the host name according to your requirement. I'm trying to removing this one, right? You can add anything. Okay, for example, I'm trying to adding client example.com only. Okay, save and quit. Only example.com. So let's. So three different ways we'll have to assign the host name, right? Okay. Clear, guys? In EC2 instance, who's doing AWS for them? So additional information. In EC2 instance, sometimes you're going to execute host name CTL command. So you are going to set the host name. If you reboot the EC2 instance, again, you are going to get the previous IP addresses instead of host name. Permanently, it is not going to assign, right? At the time, what you need, sometimes only. Usually, even if you reboot the same host name only, you will have. Sometimes what will happen, it is not going to preserve. The host name, it is not going to preserve. So that's why go to etc cloud.conf file. etc etc vim /etc cloud/cloud.conf is a file. Find host name preserve is one option. Will have preserve host name option will have. There you need to keep S. If you're having it, that's good. If you're having no, better to keep S. Then it is going to preserve the host name. VIM /etc/cloud/cloud.conf. Use tab, automatically you are going to get the name. Okay. Got it, guys? Extension CONF or CIF something will have conf. Okay, we need to check. So got it, guys? What three connection name, man? Kalyana, Sundari. What are the three connection names? I'm unable to understand what she's asking. So three ways I said, not three connections. To assign the host name, three ways will have. One is NMTUI. Another one is host name CTL. And one more, this is a configuration file, etc host name. So clear, guys? Using those three ways, you can assign the host name, right? How to delete the profile? NMTUI, edit, and then select, delete, then hit enter, then delete it. The profile, it got deleted. Don't delete this profile. At least you should have one profile. Then only you are going to get the IP address. Then only you are going to get the network. Otherwise, you won't get. So clear? I hope you got it, guys. Yes, no? Right? So clear. Now let's check the IP address. You're going to get 192.168.1.11 only, because that 10.0.0 profile, it got deleted. So that's why by default we'll have EN016777736 profile. So that EN016777736 profile having 192.168.1.11. I hope you're clear about NMTUI, how we need to work with NMTUI. Next command, NMCLI. NMCLI, Network Manager Command Line Interface. Guys, maybe this command, it's a little bit lengthy command, but it's very easy. It's not a big deal. If you're focusing on it, easily you can execute anywhere. It's not a problem. NMCLI, Network Manager Command Line Interface, connection show. Connection show. Right, guys? NMCLI space connection show. This is a interface name and this is a UUID. I said now each and every device it having UUID, universal unique ID to identify the device. And what is this, guys? 8023 Ethernet. Type is a Ethernet. Why 8023 here? Why 8023? And this is device name. Guys, this is device name, this is profile name. Both are same. By default, both are same, right? And this is 8023 means, according to IEEE standards, 8023 means in 1980s, February 3rd, they introduced us Ethernet. Got it? According to IEEE standard, 8023 means 1980s, February 3rd. So while you're trying to purchasing the mobile, a laptop, so if you focus on specification, especially on Wi-Fi specification, you'll have 8011, 80211, 802-11 by A, by B, like that will have those all versions. Yeah, Wi-Fi they introduced to us in 1980s, February 11th. So 80211 means Wi-Fi, 8023 means Ethernet. So I hope you got it, guys, right? So now we are going to discuss about few filter commands. NMCLI, connection, show, EN016777736. If you're providing this interface, you are going to get the detailed information about this interface. See what type of interface it is, whether it having auto connect option or not. Yes, connection auto will have yes, means it will start along with the boot time, even if you reboot the operating system. What kind of IP addresses it having? So what is IPv6? Those all the detailed information we are going to get. So this is filter command. EN0 NMCLI. Instead of writing connection entire word, if you want, you can write con also, it's not a problem. CON also, it's not a problem. Show EN016777736. Right, guys? I hope you're clear. So NMCLI device status. Your device status, it will show you. So this is device name EN016777736, and this is Ethernet type, and then connected to whom? EN016777736. So if you want, you can disconnect the network. Device disconnect, EN0167777. Now it got disconnected. Let's check the status. There is no device connected with this. Sorry, there is no profile connected with this device. Means you are not going to get any IP address. There is no network for this mission. If you want, you can check. Small crash mark you'll have here. Two computer symbols will have, right? So small crash mark will have. So there is no IP address. So when you will get NMCLI device connect, we are connecting with whom? EN016777736 profile. It got connected. Now you got a one small line instead of crash mark. See, means we'll have internet. Got it, guys? So let's check the IP address now. You are going to get the IP address now. So let's check the device status. Yes, the device is connected with whom? EN016777736 profile. So I hope you got it. So those filter commands, if you want, you can know the device information also. So NMCLI device show EN016777736. Now you are going to get the device information. Before we discuss profile information, about profile information, this is device information. So this device and it having connectivity and those all kind of stuff you are going to get. NMCLI device show EN016777736. I hope you got it, guys. Yes, no. Now we are going to create profile. How to create the profile we are going to discuss. Before we did profile, right, with the help of NMTUI, same concept we are trying to performing using NMCLI now. Right? So NMCLI connection add is a command. Guys, the command, it may be a little bit lengthy command, but it's very easy if you're focusing on it. It's not a big deal. NMCLI connection or con, your wish. NMCLI connection add con-name, connection name. For example, default is a connection name. Any name you can give, your wish. So what kind of profile you need, that kind of profile name you can give, right? So type Ethernet, right? Type Ethernet. So NMCLI connection add connection name default. Type Ethernet. Okay. Ethernet. Then if name means interface name EN016777736. Simple. Our interface name EN016777736 means our device name. So if name means our device name. If means interface name. Right, guys? It's a very simple command, but it's maybe a little bit lengthy command. So NMCLI connection add con-name. You can give any connection name according to your requirement. Then type Ethernet. So if name, interface name, and then you need to provide the interface name, then hit enter. One profile it got created successfully. Let's check. So default profile it got created, right? So default profile UUID, and there's a type Ethernet. So there is no device connected with the default. Means default profile it created, but it's not active. We need to activate this default profile. At present, this device is connecting with whom? It's connecting with the default EN016777736 system default profile. But we did one profile called default. We need to activate this one. How to activate this one? NMCLI connection app default. So now we are going to up the default connection. Let's check. See this device before it's connecting with whom? EN016777736. Now this device is connected to whom? Default. Let's check the IP address. You're going to get the default, means the automatic IP address from DHCP server. Because we didn't provide any IP address for this profile, right? By default, IP addresses means DHCP server is going to provide automatic IP address. I said now without IP address, we are unable to start the mission yesterday. So automatically we have the network. This DHCP server, it's providing one IP address for this mission to communicate with another mission. So got it. NMCLI, one more profile we are trying to creating. Connection add con-name, right? Static. Con-name static. Got it, guys. Type Ethernet. If name, same guys. So NMCLI connection add con name, right? NMCLI connection add con-name and connection name static means profile name static. So type Ethernet if name EN016777736. Then hit enter. Sorry, guys. Okay, so same command. We need to add the IP address, right? I'm going to extend the IP address. IPv4, IP4, not V4, IP4. Then I'm trying to providing 172, otherwise 10.0.0.11/8 GW4, right? 10.0.0.1. Got it? Like this, you can create the static profile. Means while you are trying to creating the profile, along with the profile creation time itself only, you can assign the IP address. How to assign? IP4, one IP address. GW4 means gateway, right? Then let's check the NMCLI connection show command. How many profiles will have? See, I think 2 profiles will have. I'm going to delete you're going to get confused. So that's why I'll delete one profile. NMCLI connection, delete static. Want to delete out the EV. Right. Okay. I'll do one thing. I'm going to create again. So NMCLI connection show. See, guys, we have one profile called static, right? Then this is UUID, universal unique ID, and this is Ethernet, but it's not active. Yes, no. So which one is active? Default is active. Let's check the IP address. 192.168.64, something 26 like that will have, because this IP address we are getting from DHCP server. Now what we are doing, we are going to up the static connection. The static connection it got up now. So let's check the, see now the device is connected with whom? Static. Got it, guys? Let's check the IP ADDR now. I hope you got it. Same before we did now with NMTUI, like the same way we are doing with NMCLI. That's it. So I hope you're clear, guys. Yes, no. So like the second. So we'll have few commands related to NMCLI. Let's see. NMCLI connection modify. So instead of 10.0.0.11, I need to assign 172.16.0.11. I need to modify NMCLI connection modify, which one? Static one, static profile. Then IPv4 dot addresses, open single quote. Got it, guys? Open single quote 172.16. Okay, 1.11/16, 172.16.1.1. This is gateway. What happened? So this is one, this is gateway. Simple, guys. NMCLI connection or con modify. Instead of add, you need to provide modify. And which profile we need to modify? Static profile we need to modify. IPv4 dot addresses, and this is IP 172.16.1.11, 172.16.1.1, right? So now let's check the status. NMCLI connection show. So static profile only, it's active. Let's check the IP address. Still it is showing 10.0.0.11. Why? So because it's in cache, we need to reset. NMCLI connection down static, NMCLI connection up static. Simple. Down एक बार करके up करना चाहिए. Like in Windows will have ipconfig/release and renew, like the same way. So IPADDR show EN016777736. See, now IP address it got changed. So I hope you're clear, guys. So how we need to modify the IP address with the help of NMCLI. Then NMCLI connection modify static, right? IPv4 method manual. Got it? Sometimes what will happen in the sense, while you are trying to creating the profile, static profile, if you didn't provide, means maybe sometimes it will create, we don't have any errors now. Sometimes what will happen in the sense that profile it having both the IP addresses, static IP address as well as dynamic IP address. At the time you need to execute this one, we are going to change automatic to manual. In NMTUI, we discuss about automatic to manual, right? If it is not changing automatically, we need to execute this command. It is going to change automatic to manual. I hope you got it, right? So now NMCLI connection modify static auto connection auto connect no. Means yes means this profile it will start along with the boot time. No means this profile it is not going to start with boot time. I hope you got it, guys. So this profile it will start along with the boot time. Yes, if you're providing yes. If you're providing no, it is not going to start along with the boot time. NMCLI connection show. Let's check the static. See, guys, you'll have no here. Go a little bit down. See, guys, here you'll have no here. Means the static profile it is not going to start along with the boot time. Yes, no. So like this, you can manage the interface IP addresses with the help of NMCLI, NMTUI, right? Okay, before deleting the profile, I'll do one thing. So we are going to discuss about network scripts also. VIM/etc, VIM/etc, sysconfig network scripts. Okay, I'll do one thing. I'm going to use CD, that is best, instead of VIM, right? So this is one directory. We are into etc sysconfig network hyphen scripts directory. Got it, guys? Clear? Yes, no? Right. So let's check the list. You'll have all the interface files, profile files. So IF, CFG, default, IF, CFG, EN016777736, IF, CFG, loopback interface. So IF, CFG, static interface. So now if you want, you can modify the IP address with this file also. See, let's see the difference between default and static. So I'm going to open this file with the help of VIM editor, IFCFG default. See guys, type Ethernet boot proto DHCP means you're going to get automatic IP address from DHCP server. Can we find the any IP address here? There is no IP address here. There is no IP address into this profile, right? So here boot proto was on boot S will have means it will start along with the boot time. And this is UID and profile name. You can modify profile name your wish, right? Then save and quit. Then VIM static profile. If you open static profile, boot proto will have none. Means this is not a DHCP profile. So we'll have IP address, manual IP addresses. You can modify this manual IP address according to your requirement. जैसा आपकी मर्जी के हिसाब से. So if you're having 172.168.1.11, you can modify as a 10.0.0.11 like that. Insert mode and then you can modify that. So I hope you got it, guys. The difference is how we need to modify the IP address with the help of network scripts file. Those all the interfaces it's available into network scripts directory. The network script directory will available inside the sysconfig directory. Sysconfig directory will available inside the etc directory. etc having sysconfig having network scripts. So network scripts having, got it guys? Yes, no? So you can modify according to your requirement. 10.0.0.11. Maybe we are going to get error. Next, prefix 8, subnet 8, and then this is a gateway. So like this, you can modify, save and quit. Then reboot the machine or otherwise nmcli, nmcli connection down, static. So nmcli connection up, I think we are going to get error. So there is network. Yes, it got successfully updated. So still it is showing 172. Better to restart the network. Okay, some network issue and then because of some reason it got deleted. Okay, so I hope you're clear, guys. So how we need to, so I think static profile it got deleted. So how to delete the profile? nmcli connection delete default, then default profile it got deleted. There is no default profile. We'll have only one profile now. So like this, you can work with nmcli, nmtui, and network scripts. Clear? So now what we are doing in a sense, we are going to deploy one isolated network between those both the machines. Right? Yes, no. So how to deploy, we'll discuss now. I'll copy this history. Mm. क्या है, ये प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है, वो टच पैड का प्रॉब्लम है, इसीलिए छूट जा रहा है सेलेक्ट करने पर। राइट guys, I have uploaded that 6 p.m. file, you can check to Google Drive link. Okay, you are not able to practice those commands. Why? What happened? Right guys, so now how to deploy the isolated network between two machines, two virtual machines, now we are going to discuss. I have uploaded. As of now, you'll have everything. You need to check those commands. Just now I have executed. Now how I can upload? Tell me. Mhm. So let's see, guys. Yeah. So like this network, we are going to deploy now. So this is one mission. So this is another mission. We are establishing one media between those both the missions. Means one wire in between those both the missions. If we having physical missions, it's not a big deal, right? So we are going to connect two different missions with the help of one cable. So we are going to use crimpers, and then with the help of that crimper, we are going to like crimp the cable, right? And then we are going to use the cable. But here we'll have virtual media, right? We'll have virtual machines. How we need to establish this media between those both the machines? So let's see, guys. Here, I'm going to reset this one. So I need to check. I don't have 9.4. Why you are bothering about 9.4? It will take some time to use. Still, people they are using 7, 8 only. No one they're bothering about 9.9, 9.4. So we need to check that one. I don't know much about 9.4. So not only me, no one they don't know about much about 9.4. Okay, because recently they introduced to us 9.4. But in 9.0 it will work. I know. I don't know much about 9.4, but I have 9.0. It will work. So was please don't use RHEL instances into EC2. Sorry, in your AWS. I think you are talking about AWS, right? Better to use Amazon Linux. Yeah, I understand. So few services we are unable to deploy because so they're not going to provide entire stuff for free of cost. 9, 8, 7, those all you should have the proper subscription, then only you can execute those all kind of means. I need to check about ETC FS tab usually, but that is a cloud instance, right? Cloud instances, right? So maybe we'll have some logic. I said now, while you're trying to assigning the host name, sometimes if you reboot the instance, you're going to lose the host name. You're going to get the IP addresses instead of host name. So at the time, what we need to do? So you need to edit etc/cloud/cloud.conf file. Inside you'll have preserve host name option. There you need to keep as, then it is going to preserve the host name. Like the same way, we'll have something. We need to search about that. Got it? See who's teaching 9.4. So I think if you even if you're doing like Ansible, if you're doing like any DevOps kind of stuff also, who's teaching 9.4? Everybody they're using Ubuntu or otherwise Amazon Linux because it's a very easy to deploy. So no need to struggle. Right. So let's see here. So this is one mission and we are going to start one more mission. Well, we need to start one more mission. I have two missions. One is server, another one is client. So if you want, you can install one more mission. If you need to deploy the isolated network between two missions like this practical session, if you need to do in the sense, minimum you should have two missions, then only it will possible. So if you don't have mission, clone it. No need to install. Right click on top of this virtual mission. Go to manage. You'll have clone option. Click clone, but you should shut down this mission first. Shut down this mission. Then shut down this mission means not entire laptop, only virtual mission. Okay. So shutdown means you are going to shut down an entire laptop. So I'm not saying shut down entire laptop. You need to shut down only virtual machine. Then go to manage and then you have the clone option, give next, 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 and then you are going to get clone. So we have two different missions, guys. This is server mission and this is client mission, right? So now we need to establish the media between those both the missions. So clear, guys. We need to establish the media between those both the missions, right? So how to establish the media between those both the missions? If you're having physical media, it's not a big deal, but we need to establish the virtual media. So right click on top of the server, go to settings, go to settings. Those are virtual machine settings. So here you'll have network adapter, right? So by default, you'll have bridge or otherwise NAT. So bridge for whom? Usually for Wi-Fi. NAT for whom? For LAN, right? And then host only means our physical media, means we are going to enable this is host only, this one, this wire is a host only. Got it? So otherwise if you want to can use custom also, both are same. Custom, then in custom also those three options only will have. Automatic option will have, auto bridging, and then NAT option will have, and then host only option will have. So which one we need to select? Host only we need to select. डोंगल, डोंगल क्या है? डोंगल डायरेक्ट एक्सेस हो जाएगा, उसको कुछ करने की जरूरत नहीं. So click OK, right? Do same for client. Right click on top of client mission, then settings. So go to network adapter. We'll have bridge here, right? So if you want, you can keep host only, otherwise custom network. Click custom network. And then here also we need to select host only. Here we need to select host only. So click OK. Got it, guys? Clear? So like this, you can establish the virtual media between those both the machines. So you can establish the virtual media between those both the machines, right? So next, we establish the virtual media, but we need to establish logical media, IP addresses, logical network, right? So without logical network, we are unable to communicate. How to assign? So which network is a preferable? I'm using NMTY. Editor connection. Already we'll have IP address, no need to change. 192.168.1.11/24. Guys, gateway, no need to bother. So we are not sending the data apart from our network. Just we are trying to creating an isolated network. We are going to communicate between those both the machines itself only. Remaining all same, click OK. Click OK, quit. Then assign the host name. Hostname CTL, set hyphen hostname, server.example.com. Got it, guys? Do same in client. NMTUI, NMTUI, edit the connection, edit, automatic to manual. So we need to add IP address here. 92.168.1. We need to provide 12, not 11. You should not give same IP address, right? So in between, you can give anything. It's not like this. You need to provide 12. Apart from 11, you can give anything. So quit. Then hostname CTL, set hyphen hostname, client.example.com. Got it, guys? So let's check the communication. How you're going to check the communication, guys? So do one thing, systemctl restart, network. Systemctl restart, network. Right, no issues. Let's check the communication. Ping. Ping is a command. Ping is a command. Got it, guys? So we are going to ping with the 192.168.1.12 because we need to provide opposite machine IP address, right? In this machine, we should provide this opposite machine IP address. Then if it is providing the reply, means 12 mission, it's try to sending the packet to 11 mission. Do same client into client 192.168.1.11. That's it now. आपस में communicate हो रहा है ना बोल के check करने के लिए. So 11, then hit enter. Now we are getting the reply from that particular mission, means it having communication. So proper network we deploy. So guys, can we communicate with host name? Actually, this is client server.example.com, right? This one is a server.example.com. So can we ping with the client mission? What happened? IP address से क्यों हो रहा है, host name से क्यों नहीं हो रहा? What is the reason behind? Yes, Pankaj. Exactly, who said DNS? Who said DNS now? You only. Very good. So DNS, there is no DNS because it is not going to resolve IP address to host name to IP address. There is no DNS server, so that's why we are unable to get the reply with host name, domain name services. So, but I need the reply from host name. Then what I should do? Anyway, I'm not going to configure DNS. I'm not going to teach anything related to DNS. Yes, but I'll give an alternate option. Then you can deploy your own network into your machine. etc host is a file. So etc host is a file. It will act like as an alternate DNS server. Huh? But it's not a DNS. VIM / etc host. One 192.168.1.11 server.example.com 192.168.1.12 92.168.1.12 client.example.com. Save and quit. Do same into client. vam/etc host 192.168.1.11 server.example.com. Save and quit. Then if you want to can execute this command, or otherwise it's not a mandatory. It's not a mandatory. But if you execute this one, maybe if you're having any issues, it is going to sort out, right? Means, so ping is a command. Yes, guys, ping is a command. Client.example.com. Now we are getting the reply with hostname. Ping is a command. Server.example. Got it? Clear? Yes, no. Like this, I can deploy the isolated network. Now this isolated network I am going to use tomorrow. So to perform SSH task. Clear? So that's all for today. Right, guys? I hope you're clear how to deploy the isolated network in between two different machines. So like this, you can deploy. I'm not going to show you anything related to VPCs and subnet. This is not a AWS session. Better to ask to your AWS faculty. I'm teaching only Linux here. Got it? I don't know AWS, right? Everything I have got. I don't know. So clear. I hope you got it, right? So, okay, guys, see you tomorrow. So bye. Take care. Yeah, welcome, Pankaj.